Today, we're going to talk about something really gentle and I think really important. It's the art of coming back to yourself, especially in those moments when you notice your focus, your energy has kind of drifted off towards someone else.
And let's just start right here with this feeling, because it's so human, isn't it? It's that slow, subtle shift where suddenly someone else just starts taking up all the space in your head, and you realize you've kind of forgotten about yourself.
So, first things first, let's just get into why this happens. Because it's not a flaw and you're not doing anything wrong. It's actually a pretty natural process that we can learn to navigate with just a little more awareness.
So here's the core of it, and it's actually really simple. Your attention will always follow your strongest emotion. Think about it. Whatever you feel most deeply, whether it's excitement or anxiety or just strong affection, that's where your mind naturally wants to go. It's like a compass. And this isn't a weakness at all, it's just how our brains are wired. But when our focus stays locked on someone else for too long, well, there's a cost. And it's sneaky. You might notice your daily routine just feels a little gray. You stop caring as much about your own growth, and pretty soon you're not really present in your own life. Your mood, your inner peace, it all starts to depend on them.
So what if we flipped the script on this whole thing? Let's talk about a really powerful shift in perspective. Let's talk about the kind of energy that is just genuinely, naturally attractive. Not just to other people, but more importantly, to ourselves.
You know, you can almost feel the difference. On one hand, you've got that inner chaos, the constant overthinking, that feeling of emotional urgency, like you need something to happen. And on the other hand, you have this grounded energy, a calm presence, emotional stability. That feeling is just so appealing because it feels safe and whole.
And really, it all boils down to this one simple, powerful idea. Peace is magnetic. When your own inner world is a settled, calm place to be, it just naturally creates an energy that feels wonderful to be around.
Okay, so if that peace is the goal, how do we actually find our way there? Well, this brings us to what we can call the gentle return. It's about consciously, kindly shifting your aim away from out there and back in here to your own center.
And this really does take a little shift in mindset. You know, the old goal might have been about getting something from the outside, needing to be noticed or chosen or liked. The new goal is so much quieter and so much stronger. It's about just being yourself, staying aligned with your own values, and simply living your own life well.
Now, here's a really important heads up. This whole process is not about fighting with your own mind. Thoughts about this person, they're going to come. That's totally normal. But the key is to remember that resisting a thought, trying to push it away, usually just gives it more power.
So instead of fighting, we practice something much gentler, just observing. It's like this. You just notice, there's that thought again. You acknowledge it's there without getting tangled up in it. You remind yourself that it's temporary, it will pass. And then you just let it go without any judgment for having it in the first place.
And a huge part of this is learning to recognize the ways we accidentally feed these thoughts. You know what I'm talking about. Replaying conversations over and over, imagining 100 different future scenarios, looking for little signs and hidden meanings in everything. The goal here is to just gently stop giving them that extra energy.
Okay, this leads us to probably the most practical down-to-earth tool you have. When your mind is just spinning and spinning, the fastest way out is not through more thinking, it's by dropping down into your body.
And here are 4 incredibly simple ways to do that. These are your anchors. You can just focus on the feeling of your breath, nice and slow. You can take a walk and really pay attention to your feet hitting the ground. You can do a few gentle stretches, or even just splash some cold water on your face. It's amazing how that can just break the spell of overthinking.
Because that's the real magic of it, isn't it? Your body is always in the present moment. It can't be anywhere else. And it's right here, in the present, not the past we replay or the future we imagined. That's where our peace actually lives. All right, so we've got our little anchors for those intense moments. Now let's zoom out and talk about building something more stable, a long-term foundation for ourselves. And we do that through the simple, consistent habits of self-care.
I absolutely love this way of reframing self-love. It isn't some big, dramatic feeling that you have to wait for. It's the structure you build for your own life. It's the daily, consistent things you do that hold you steady and quietly affirm your own worth.
And this is what that structure can look like in real life. These aren't just things to check off a list. Every single one of these habits is a small, quiet message that you're sending to yourself.
It's a way of saying, hey, I matter. My well-being is important.
And here's another beautiful, simple tool, especially for those moments when the noise in your head just feels extra loud. Just put on some calm, instrumental music. Let the sound fill the space where the thoughts were. It's not about escaping, it's a really gentle way to regulate your own emotions.
And this really gets to the heart of it all. This is the core truth that holds up this entire practice. You are more important than any outcome, more important than a text back, more important than what happens next. You are allowed to care about someone deeply without losing yourself in the process.
So, as we wrap up, it all comes down to this. This isn't about getting to some perfect state of Zen and staying there forever. Life isn't like that. The practice is just the gentle, continuous act of returning. You notice you've drifted, and you just gently, kindly come back. Again and again.
So, I'll just leave you with this question. It doesn't have to be some big, grand gesture. What is one small, simple way you can return to yourself today?